morning.
Hey.
We're going to be reading The Girl Who Wouldn't Brush Her Hair. There once was a girl who wouldn't brush her hair. Her hair was wonderful, bare, brown, and wavy. The girl also had a doll that looked just like her, except the doll had no hair and was only a baby. The doll's name was Baby.
I'm the baby.
You see a baby? After the girl's bath every evening, she'd pile a turban upon her head and pretend she was queen.
I'm a baby.
At bedtime, she would unravel the turban and let her hair fall down in a tangled heap. No brushing. It's just my way, she explained to the grown-ups.
Mom,
And
don't
then
say
she'd
that.
lie down beside Baby and begin to dream. This went on for a great many evenings. The hair washing, the turban, the not brushing, the dreams. It was wonderful, really. Until one night the girl unwound the turban. And what was that? Oh dear. A little mouse had taken up residence in a particularly tangled place in her hair. Now we all know that in books people scream when they see a mouse and jump on a chair. But the girl was in bed. There was no chair nearby. Besides, she'd read enough fairy tales to remember that mice always turned out to be your helpers. So she simply said, "Hello up there, mouse," and decided to let it be. "It's just my way," she said to the grown-ups when they came to kiss her goodnight, and saw the mouse making a cozy bed on top of her head. The next morning, the girl awoke to find that another mouse had moved in, a bigger one carrying a suitcase full of fairy tale books. And there, by the foot of the bed, a couple of tiny mice with rucksacks were gazing longingly in her hair's very direction. That day, the girl, the doll, and all the mice went to school. It wasn't long before word got around the mouse world that there was a very nice home atop a girl's head, and more mice joined them.
I want to see.
You see?
Yeah.
Okay. The school children marveled at this new development. They too stopped brushing their hair in hope of starting their own little mouse menageries. How wonderful, they thought, like having your own petting zoo on your head. But the girl's mother refused to pack the mice lunch or make them supper, so the girl had no choice but to share hers with them. Soon the girl who wouldn't brush her hair found herself very hungry. The girl also began to feel worried. Yes, she loved her companions. After all, they told funny knock-knock jokes and were very sweet to Baby, but they did not like the bath. "We can't swim," they chorused, clinging to knotted strands. "Don't do it, we'll drown." "That's silly," the girl said. "All mice can swim. We learned that in our unit on rodents." "We'll overlook your name-calling," the Mouse King announced. He was the biggest one, who had arrived early on with the fairy tale books in the suitcase. "But there will be no baths. It's just our way." They had learned this last part from listening to the girl.
Not brushing her hair.
That's right, she's not brushing her hair. Much to the mice's relief, the girl agreed. For though she was becoming quite dirty, she had grown fond of their company. They had set up such marvelous home for themselves. A palace, really, atop her head. It had secret passageways and a cheese cellar and a tiny circular moat. And look, they're telling knock-knock jokes. Knock-knock, who's there? But the not bathing turned out to be less pleasing than the not brushing had been. The girl was starting to, how should we put this? She was starting to smell. And of course, no one wanted to be near her. Even Baby tried to keep her distance. Now it was as if the mice were in charge of the girl rather than the other way around. The girl began to sleep less well. She was afraid, for one thing, of smushing the mice if she rolled over, and for another, the mice were rather nocturnal, as it turned out. They chattered all night long, keeping up Baby, telling her complicated knock-knock jokes into the wee hours, till the sun rose and the girl, weary-eyed, climbed out of bed.
Mommy, Mommy wants to see. Mommy wants to see.
Show you? Each morning, after carefully brushing her teeth and dressing, it was hard to pull a sweater over a head full of protesting mice. She tidied up her mouse palace head as best she could and dragged herself, Baby, and all of the mice to school. Then, one terrible day, Teacher said, "I'm so sorry, but you can no longer bring Baby. Each child may have only one friend for nap time, and it appears that by now you have 100 mice in your hair. The rules are quite broken enough."
Yeah. Not brushing her hair.
That's right, she's not brushing her hair. The girl slumped her shoulders and hung her heavy head as Baby and all of the mice stared at her in silence. Oh, poor mice. Dear hairless Baby had been the girl's best friend since she herself had been hairless and a baby. The girl needed Baby with her at school. That was that. "It's just my way," she wept.
Mommy, don't say that.
That's what it says.
Okay.
And so that very night, the girl reluctantly bid the mice farewell. She had a calm talk with them first, explaining about the troubles with the not washing, the not taking hairless Baby to school, and the general, insomnia, really. And like all good mice, they understood.
Not brushing her hair.
No, she's not brushing her hair. Carefully, they packed their things and dismantled the palace. Single file, they took their leave, singing a mournful song. "Oh, girl who would not brush your hair, thank you for letting us live in there. We're on our way, our work is done. We'll find a new head to live upon." The mice were more clever with knock-knock jokes than they were with songs, as it turned out. And truth be told, they weren't very good at knock-knock jokes. All right, let's show them the picture.
I got it.
Look. When the mice had all gone, the girl took a long soapy bath.
Brushing her hair.
Yes, with Baby perched on the edge of the tub. After that, she dressed herself and the doll in matching nightgowns with pictures of happy mice printed upon them. Sitting up in bed, she contentedly ran a brush through her shining mane. Then she kissed Baby, leaned back, closed her eyes, and began to dream.
And
In the morning, the other school children gathered around the girl. They marveled at her braids, at the ingenious way she had tied a ribbon around Baby's hairless head. "It's just my way," the girl smiled. Meanwhile, under the monkey bars, another girl who lived next door to the girl who wouldn't brush her hair was deep in argument with a couple of mice dangling from the ends of her wild pigtails. Silly mice. That's just their way. The end. You want to say the end?
yeah, the end.
The end. It was my helper this morning reading. Have a good day.
Ow.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.